watching Sports Beat.
Neal, center of the lane. Capella said absolutely not to Derek Favors. The Houston Rockets swing back with force. They take game 3, 113 to 92 here in Salt Lake City.
And hi there, everybody. Welcome to Be. Glad to have you aboard tonight. Well, it is time to forget about the Game 3 blowout loss to the Rockets a couple of nights ago. Jazz and the Rockets tonight in Game 4. Now, if you're realistic, it is a must-win for the Jazz to even up this series at 2 games apiece, so they won't have to go back to Houston for Game 5 on Tuesday, facing elimination. Well, let's see how it turned out. Jazz were hustling, doing everything they could defensively in the first quarter. Jay Crowder blocks Capella. They get it back, get it to P.J. Tucker, blocked again by Crowder. Great defensive effort there. Jazz were down 8 early, but here comes Joe. Ingles buries the 3. Donovan Mitchell looking for something more tonight than the 10 points he had a couple of nights ago. The one-hander off the glass cuts the lead to 2. But the Rockets would keep getting the easy looks. James Harden to Eric Gordon. Dante Exum off the bench with 9 points in the first quarter, but he picked up 3 fouls, had to sit. The Jazz were down 7 after 1. Rockets get a little space in the second. Chris Paul, 17-4 run. Jazz fall behind by 15. Jazz would get something going later in the second. Mitchell, bam, corner ball 3. Cuts the lead to 11. Next trip, Royce O'Neal. The lead is down to 9. Later in the second quarter.
O'Neal from the wing, he puts it down with a hammer. Rocks the rim. Kind of surprise.
Royce O'Neal, how do you do? Moments later, Ingles gets slapped in the face by Tucker as he sets up for the 3. Flagrant on Tuck. Then here comes Donovan.
Drive and scoop it home. Beautiful pirouette. Count for 2.
Mitchell makes the free throw, cutting the lead to 6. Next trip, Mitchell again. Count that one as well. 8 straight for Donovan, cuts the lead to 5. But the Rockets would score the final 5 of the first half. James Harden, he had 18 first half points, and the Jazz trailed by 10 at the break. Rockets would stretch that lead early in the third. Chris Paul ups the lead to 15. Jazz trying to stay within shouting distance. Ingles to Rudy. Gobert finishing it off to cut the lead to 10. Later in the third, this is not good. Dante Exum going to the locker room, can't make it. So the Jazz are really shorthanded now without Rubio, and now Dante. And the Rockets would go on another run. Harden to Capella. Chris Paul, 9-0 run. Rockets lead balloons to 19. But the Jazz not rolling over here. Ingles to Derek Favors. Derek, sore ankle and all, throwing it down. Next trip, Ingles cuts the lead to 14, heading to the fourth. Jazz would get off to a great start in the fourth, too. Mitchell. Okay, how far back is he? Like way. With Rubio and now Exum out, Raul Neto comes in, cuts the lead to 9, 17-3 run for the Jazz. But Chris Paul was feeling it. Pushes the lead back up to 13. But on the other end, Neto, talk about feeling it. Off the bench, corner 3. The lead is back down to 10. Neto had 9. Then with under 7 minutes to play.
Out to Crowder. Open triple. Gobert! Sacre bleu!
Rudy cuts the lead to 7. But Chris Paul was just too good tonight. Gets the lead back to 10. And then with under 2 left in the fourth, Harden driving on Mitchell. Gets the slap right there, up and in. The lead back up to 13, and that would be it. Harden had 24. Paul with 27 on his 33rd birthday. Mitchell led the Jazz with 25. Houston with the win, now only 1 win away from sending the Jazz on vacation. Jeremiah watched all this happen in Game 4. JJ, got to give the Jazz credit. They fought hard, but let's face it, Rockets were just better.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to right now. We're 4 games in. I think that's pretty clear to everyone watching that the Rockets are a better team. And that's really no surprise. They won 65 games this season. The Jazz won 48. This is probably the result that should take place. But unfortunately for the Jazz, it feels like they had opportunities in this game. They went on that run in the fourth quarter to cut it to 5. but they just miss shots. Sometimes we make basketball more complicated than it needs to be. It really sometimes just comes down to simple stats like that. The Jazz missed 22 of 45 attempts at the rim. Almost half of those misses on layups. It's just, man, they can't do that. 38% shooting for the game for the Jazz, 24% from the three-point line. That's not going to get it done in a playoff series against a team as good as the Houston Rockets.
We had some opportunities. I mean, you can't take anything away from them.
Weaves into the mid-range, ducks, fades back with the shot and scores.
And the way that, you know, they play. But in order to beat them, you have to be able to convert those opportunities, and we just didn't.
Getting the shots that we want, just missing them. You know, you got to give credit to Houston. You know, they're a good defensive team, but for us now, I think we're just missing shots that we normally make.
We miss shots that we normally make.
We missed 22 shots at the rim.
Dante picks it up, 3-on-1 break, gives to Crowder, to the rack, missed the layup. Jay Crowder, a wide open, uncontested layup basically, and he missed it.
You know, that's one thing that we've noticed. You know, there are a lot of things we can kind of clean up. You know, to be down 5 with like 3 minutes ago was impressive how we came back and how we responded. And if we use that time frame and how we played, you know, and to kind of go and say this is how we need to play in Game 5, we'll be able to do big things. But we just got to take that time and understand that, you know, we didn't play well the entire game, and we got to make sure we play better for a longer span of time in order for us to win.
Ingles left-hand drive, fakes the pass to Favors, gives to O'Neal, unguarded, he now penetrates to the rack and packed it!
We had our chances and didn't convert. You know, some of them were contested, some of them were open, but you can't, you know, you can't hit a better shot. 45 attempts at the rim, missed 22, so that's tough to overcome.
We just try to be aggressive on both ends. We knew that, you know, they were going to play a lot better than they did Game 3, and you know, we just tried to sustain it all game. CC was huge.
Out of an accelerating by Chris Paul to the lane, blocked by Capella out of bounds.
You know, protecting the rim, everybody that came in, we knew they were going to make a run at some point, but we just tried to stay the course.
He's put himself in this position, you know, to go out here and play at a high level and just do the things that we ask for him to do, you know, every single night. I mean, he has our back. Like, and it feels good to have somebody have our back. Like he does, and so he doesn't get a lot of credit for it. He doesn't, you know, ask for a lot. He just goes out there and does his job every single night, and you know, as a result, you know, 6 blocks tonight and 20 alter shots.
Right.
That's what he does.
Obviously, you know, 13 points is not a close game, but the fact that our team was able to cut it the way they did, you know, I think says a lot about who they are. And there's no moral victories, but we gave ourselves a chance to be in the game, and like I said, didn't make enough plays to, you know, to come out on top. And you know, and Houston's that good. You know, I'll give them credit. They know how to control a game.
They certainly do, and now they have control of this series, up 3-1 as it shifts to Houston on Tuesday night. Here's a positive thing, though, Rod. I'm digging deep. 11 times in NBA history, a team has come back from 3-1 to win a playoff series. So while it looks bleak, it's still possible. But they got to start with Game 5 on Tuesday night.
So we need to bring out the Jim Carrey line right now? So you're telling me there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, I am. It's not a very good chance, but it's a chance.
Well, we all know, and even the Jazz coach and players know, the Rockets are a better team, and for the Jazz to have a chance, they've got to make those easy shots at the rim, or they're not going to win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you look at the opportunities that they had. I think that's going to be, I mean, watching film tomorrow is going to be brutal for these guys. They had so many chances at the rim, so many opportunities. There was a lot of loose balls that they'd missed as well, some rebounds that got away. It felt like the Jazz were out-rebounded tonight, but only by 4, so it really wasn't as bad as it seemed at times. I think it was just frustrating because there were so many missed opportunities when things got close. Clint Capella scored on a putback off his miss that put it back to 7 after it was down to 5 there when it looked like the Jazz were making a run. So they've got to take advantage of every opportunity they can get, and they have not done that in the last 2 games.
All right.